Welcome back guys to the series where I teach you how to start your mobile tire shop from scratch. In this video, we will be talking on where to advertise your video and how to do it for the most return possible. Now, thank you for Synergy Sage for sponsoring this video, but more about them in just further down the video. Now, if you're just starting out in this video or if you just found this video online, just keep in mind that this is part 8. Let me go over what we've reviewed so far in the previous parts. We've talked about how to create a plan or creating a plan. We've talked about how to build your band and how much it costs to build your band. We talked about how to run a smooth operation. And we've talked about how to get customers. I've shared how to hire people and how to find talent to operate the vans and which suppliers I use. Now, we are finally getting close to finishing up the series, so feel free to leave the questions you have or feel free to comment below in the comment section below. Also, feel free to send me a message through Instagram. I answer all of my questions and messages as fast as I can. Also, if you have been enjoying the series, please help me by smashing that like button and consider subscribing for more content like this. But okay, let's go ahead and say that you got everything. You got the business license, you got the van, you got the business structure, you got the suppliers, you got the employee, but now you need to let everyone know about your business. I'm going to be talking about the different ways you can advertise yourself. And towards the end of the video, I'll share what is my preferred option of advertising for my mobile tire shop. Now, to start, the best way to promote your business is via organic online presence. Now, are you signed up for Google locations, Yelp, Bing? Even if you don't have a physical location, some of these places do allow you to post or to list and listing. These are great ways for people to find you and hopefully get a few calls, even if it's just 1 or 2 a month. You have more options for people to find you. Have you, for example, also created your social media business pages like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube? I mean, these are things that are free and could organically bring business to your mobile tire shop. The second method I like to promote my business is via Google Ads. Now, Google Ads, as one person told me, is like a water faucet that you can turn on, and the water faucet, instead of water, it's customers flushing through your business. So with Google Ads, you can simply open that water faucet. Once you've had enough calls, enough demand, you can simply close it. The downfall with Google is that it's expensive and oftentimes requires time and training for you to use or for you to get familiar with. You can always hire a company, but again, it costs money. Now, in Google Ads, as you guys can see, you can actually take a look that normally we hired this company in Las Vegas that helped us with our campaigns. So what normally these firms do, they will create a whole bunch of campaigns. Then they will go ahead and pretty much assign or identify which of the campaigns is actually best performing so that they later can go ahead and simply put or allocate more money towards those campaigns that are working best or that are bringing most clicks and most impressions and a better return for the click. Again, normally when you're just starting out, if you just see all this stuff, it could be very intimidating. Not to mention each campaign does take time to build. So again, Google Ads for sure is definitely a more complex way of advertising. However, it's very easy once you get the hang of it, and you can start pretty much the same day. As I mentioned before, the goal really is to create 10 to 15 campaigns, put money on all of them, for example, $3, then see which one performs better, and then allocate the rest of the money to the ones that are best performing. This is a really simplified version of how it works. However, I'm just explaining it so you guys understand how it works normally. Third way to advertise is via Facebook ads. Now, Facebook, I would say it's even more complicated to do. And oftentimes it's very confusing because they're changing the interface constantly. It's like Facebook constantly decides to change how the advertising page looks like. However, Facebook does allow you to enter the same day, similar to Google Analytics. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually a little bit more affordable than Google. Same strategy would apply here. You would want to create probably 10 to 15 campaigns, see which ones are performing best, and then allocate money to the best performing campaigns. Some YouTube videos and Skillshare videos can really help you on how to do a successful campaign. I've personally watched tons of them. I've never used a company-run Facebook ads. Normally, I've always launched my own campaigns, and they work very well. Also, they are a little bit more affordable than Google, or at least in my opinion. The fourth method of advertising would be through traditional methods, such as TV or radio. These methods are very expensive, however, they can yield really good results. While I've never used one of these advertising options for the mobile tire shop itself, we have used it for our physical retail stores. TV and radio work very well if you have a clear call to action with a day and a time of when people should take advantage of a specific promotion or a special. Now, I personally would not recommend TV or radio unless you have $5,000 to $10,000 in budget. Now, again, sometimes that might be a little bit hard, especially if you're starting out. Tip number 5, or method number 5, is a bus stop waiting station. At least in Las Vegas, we have these waiting stations with like a chair and some shade for people to wait for the bus. Normally, your ad would be watched mostly by people without a car. However, these signs and ads are visible to all cars driving by. It also creates a good brand recognition. And finally, it is a very affordable option to advertise your business compared to other methods. Now, the sixth method is a billboard and newspapers. This method is a little bit more traditional as well. However, it can be a great way to create awareness, especially if you get a billboard in a busy highway, for example. You could be a direct advertiser for those who may need your service on the side of the road. For example, if somebody gets stuck on the highway and they have a flat tire and they see your billboard, you're advertising directly to those people who you need. However, billboards do often require contracts and they're not very price friendly, or at least in Vegas, since most lawyers seem to get them and, I guess demand are just pretty high. Finally, there are other methods you can advertise on, such as YouTube, Hulu, Spotify, or Groupon. And even though most of these services do require contracts and they're a little bit more expensive and may even require you to invest in something like a video or media creation, I would strongly recommend not for you to easily discard these options, since I've seen a lot of businesses in Las Vegas make a very good success opportunity based on Groupon or Spotify or Hulu. Another piece of advice is that if you're going to be doing advertising, you want to be ready with your phone number, with your website, with your appointment system, and you honestly want to have someone who's going to be able to handle the demand. That's why today's sponsor, called Synergy Sage, is a perfect fit for that problem. Synergy Sage allows you to hire people abroad that speak English fluently and have great customer service that can allow you to make calls, answer calls, book appointments, and do all sorts of things for a very affordable price. For as low as $9.50 per hour, you could hire an individual who's going to be highly skilled, bilingual, and it takes days to find an interview, get a candidate, pretty much hire them, and then get going. And this is thanks to their easy new customer onboarding process that they go through. You can find their website in the description below. When you do talk to a sales agent, you can mention that you found Synergy Sage through this video, and they'll automatically give you a $100 account credit when you sign an agreement. But well, to wrap things up, guys, let me tell you my preferred method of advertising. Out of all these options I shared, I do prefer the method of Facebook. Facebook ads to me have been the ones that have honestly performed the best results overall. It's the one that's lowest price compared to other competitors. Google normally yields very good results. However, it does require 2 to 3 times more the amount of money than compared to Facebook. However, to be fair, I do find my leads to be more quality on Google compared to Facebook. Normally, I spend anywhere between $300 to $500 in advertising per month, get somewhere around 100 sessions on my website, anywhere between 15 to 20 calls, and oftentimes I just get appointments or online orders that I just simply need to fulfill, which are my most favorite ones because you don't have to do anything, you just do the job. I know there are some companies in Las Vegas that go crazy and spend anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 per month in Facebook advertising, and it just pays off because you get so much people, there's so much demand, and people asking for your service. However, I personally have never advertised this much other than retail stores, because simply the mobile tire shop already does have dealerships that I have to, take care of. And the moment I put more money than $500, I might be getting customers that I may not be able to service. And thus, it just makes no sense for me to get phone calls and people interested in my product if I'm not going to be able to service them at all. Now, if you would like me to help you in creating a Facebook campaign, or if you want me to do a video on further detail, on how I create my campaigns, feel free to comment below. Feel free to also reach me at Instagram, message me. But I may consider in doing a full video on how I do my Facebook advertising campaigns. Also, don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Again, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great, wonderful, peaceful week. Peace.